All right. All right. We are
Live.
live. What's up, guys? This is Red Pill Rants Podcast, episode 2. Today I have a friend of mine, Mr. Diego. He's more of a religious individual. You want to say hi to them, Diego?
Jesus is King. Hello, everybody.
What's going on? Let me just test the audio real quick, make sure everything's good, and then we'll jump right into it.
Yeah, make sure,
5
make sure they
seconds.
can hear shit.
I just want to make sure they can hear you as well because I don't want to be talking to
Except,
myself here.
of course, man. You don't want no dead hexer situations happening and shit.
All right, audio is good, so we are
Good.
good to go. All right, man. I want to ask you this because I get this a lot from, like, well, before we even jump there, first things first. Where are you from? How old are you? And what got you into religion?
Okay, so I'm 20 years old. I'm Albanian from Tirana. You know, I'm not like one of these Kosovo feds, right? Like, uh, no, I'm playing. Um, but anyways, yeah, I'm not a fed, and I'm Albanian, and I'm 20 years old.
What got you into
What got me
religion?
into religion?
Yeah.
It was pretty much, you know how God got a plan, right, for everybody.
Yeah.
So like, when you're ready to receive the word, you'll receive it. So one day I was outside trapping, you know, I was selling weed and coke and whatever, whatnot, and and then I saw this very cute woman, girl. At the time, she was a girl, a teenager. Um,
Yeah.
but
The
so was
best.
I. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But so was I. So I mean, I'm talking straight underage. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah. So I went like, yo, you cute. What you doing, right? And she went like, yo, I'm just evangelizing and stuff, you know. And I'm like, okay, okay, can I have
Evangelizing.
your number, right?
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Yo, I'll give you my number, but if you go to church, if you come to church though, right?" And I was like,
Okay.
"Yo, is that some Jehovah's Witness shit?" And she's like, "No, no, this is straight Jesus, you know." And I was
Yeah.
like, "All right, sounds good." And ever since then, my father brought me there, and my father was the one who told me I should keep going to church.
So it started with a girl, and she said she'll give you her number if you go to church with her. So you started going to church, and your father kept you there in church.
Yeah, my father brought me there the first time, and then after that, he said I should keep going by myself. And of course, he's not gonna bring me there every time, but he said I should still go by myself, right? Like it's a very good church and whatever. Not.
Yeah. Has your like family always been religious, or is it just something that came out of the blue that you started and you brought your dad along?
Yeah, so basically, I grew up in Catholic, in a, you know, I went to Catholic school and
Okay.
these kinds of things. I would go to catechism, like, you know how they do Basenta, like in the middle of the week on
Yeah.
Wednesdays, and I would learn about Jesus and the word of Jesus. And but at some point, I migrated. You know, I've been an immigrant my whole life, so like at some point I migrated, and I got away from church. And you know, I always look at that period as truly the darkest period of my life. You know, church in one way or the other, it was almost like a halo over me. Like it always protected me, and from bad influences, like demonic influences or whatever, whatnot.
Right. From like
And as soon as
trapping and
I
shit.
yeah, as soon as I got away from church, like I got into all these like circles, and also the people I was hanging around with were all atheists, like agnostic, pieces of satanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard atheism. I was listening to Morals and Dogma recently while I was in the gym.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's a hard read, man.
Yeah, that's I'm listening to it right now, and I heard a part of the devil's name is being atheist and spreading that belief that there is no God. So you bringing up atheism here is just like it's ringing a bell with me, like because recently I've also became kind of like religious and closer to God, but I've
Man.
not always been like that. I've always been like, oh, I don't believe in religion. I just have a personal connection with God, but anytime anyone would bring God, I just shoot it down right away, and that just felt wrong, you know. But bringing it back to you, yeah, I like how you said that there's a more like pure life path rather than just doing like those degenerative activities, right?
Yeah, see,
So
but the problem about degeneracy is that like as soon as you start with one thing, you just get into a whole as vortex. So you start spiraling down like a whole bunch
yeah,
of bad shit.
snowball effect.
So
Yeah.
I got interested into like satanic yoga and all that bullshit.
What the
And
fuck? Satanic
yeah,
yoga? What the fuck
I
is
mean
that?
that's just what I call it because all yoga is satanic, right? Like,
Yeah. Explain that.
I mean, yeah, we all carry the sin of Adam and Eve, so we're all struggling with pride all the time. So anytime you do these practices, these yoga practices, and like this meditation and stuff, like you
Yeah.
get into these almost trance states of minds and whatever whatnot, where you just let things flow through your soul, right? And like at some point, like the pride just takes over because we're not pure. We cannot actually control these entities, and yeah, so that just shifts your reality, and it's pretty much always in a bad way. Like, like you might get what you want, but you're working with demons. That's basically what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that, but I mean, it's yoga, man. Isn't it just like a exercise, just fucking stretching or some shit? Like,
Okay,
what
no,
the
I'm not
fuck?
talking about stretching. I'm talking about like some actual satanic shit, like kundalini and shit.
Oh, okay, okay. So that's a whole different, like, other kind of.
Yeah, because I'm talking about like forcing that process, right? Like, I mean, kundalini itself is just like the serpent rising the spine, right? Like it's the lymphatic system, the lymphatic juices just rising up the spine and giving us enlightenment. But that has to be done through a saint like practice of attention, right? So it's all in the Bible, bro.
Hold on, you're cutting out. Sorry about that. Hold on, give me 5 seconds. You're fucking
Yeah, yeah.
the audio's being weird. Give me 5 seconds here. Can you hear me
Yeah,
by the
you
way?
just you just went through a tunnel or something, bro.
Can you hear me?
You're like underwater right now.
I sound like underwater.
Oh no, I'm playing. But you do sound like a little windy, bro. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Hold on. It's because I connected my AirPods. Because the speaker is giving like a feedback loop on the sound.
Oh, that's cool, man. I
Sorry
mean, I
about that.
didn't even hear the speaker. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, no, it's because I
I
put on
fuck.
the stream and I was hearing that it was giving like bad feedback loop. Do I sound good or do I just sound like weird? Like,
I mean, you sound understandable, but you do sound like with a little bit of turbulence.
okay, all right, give me 1 second. Trying to see where this went wrong.
Yeah, no stress. No stress. No
Or you know what?
stress.
I'll just turn. Mic check. Can you say something?
How is everybody doing tonight or today? Depends on where the fuck you watching the stream. What is good, really? Yo,
Keep that energy, bro.
are you back? I can hear you now.
I'm good now.
All good. Yeah, you good. You good. You good.
All right, yeah, I sound way better now on the stream. All right, perfect. All right, my bad, man. That I just wanted to make sure the stream sounded good. Okay, so
We
you were
don't
saying,
apologize, man.
huh?
We don't apologize. We're Christian.
Fuck it, man. We do whatever we want, right?
I mean, like, bro, you really gonna apologize for mistakes? Like, we're human, bro.
Right, man. Hey, man, I'm just getting started. I'm only getting better. Only getting better with this shit, man.
Hey,
So
you do be
let
doing a great job.
Thank you, bro. Let's jump right into the meat and potatoes. Now that we kind of have an understanding about both of our kind of ethos with religion, so I'm gonna shift this to the red pill. This is the main topic for today, which is
Alright.
the ideas behind the red pill and kind of what it stands for. Because I think with a lot of religious people, they think that the red pill is only fucking bitches and only trying to make whores like
Well,
your
it's not
wives and
only
shit.
fucking them; it's also controlling them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's not like it's been in every single rap song, ever since like Snoop Dogg and all that shit. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like I mean, it's been a reoccurring theme, like controlling your hoe and shit. You know, like if you can't control your hoe, like what kind of man are you really?
Right, and I think that's a valid critique there, but it's also kind of like the ideology is getting lost. It's not more of like manipulating or controlling your chick, but it's more of like understanding the dynamics as to why humans are the way they are. Why do you have to control your chick? Why is she like that in the first place? Why are you the way you are in the first place, right? And the beautiful thing that I find about the red pill is that it explains everything. Literally anything you think about, you can find an answer to it in the red pill because it will show you that pragmatic solution. It won't always show you God. And that's the unfortunate part, but we also have to realize that not that there's a time and place for God, because God is, I believe, it's good to always have Him in your heart and soul because that just makes you like a good person, right? Like if you believe in bad, you know, walking with the devil. If you believe in good, you're walking with God, and you're acting like a good
Right.
individual whenever you feel you have that person watching you. So, but I say that to say, uh, in the sense
But
of
we can't actually do goodness out of our hearts, can we? Like, because either way, all the Greeks, all the either way, all the Greeks, all the ancient Egyptians, the pagans, all these people, they would have done goodness out of their hearts, but they couldn't because we're all wicked. That at heart we're wicked. At heart the foolishness is in the heart of a child. So really, like we can't do shit without God. We can't do shit without Christ.
I think we're wicked because we're trying to become better for the species, right? Okay,
No,
like
no, 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 bro. No, bro. Because literally, you look at everything in life and it gets explained. Like, you look at life and you're like, why are we wicked? Why are we this? Why are we that? And you're like, fuck it, you don't have to explain why it is like that. You can accept that it is that way and then read the Bible and then came from. So like we don't know why Adam and Eve ate the fruit and transcended the sin all the way down to us, but we can see it everywhere. You can see the sin being everywhere. The knowledge of sexuality, the knowledge of good and evil, you see it everywhere. So how can you deny it?
it is everywhere, and I do accept that, but we also in finding truth, right? I think the red pill kind of guides us to that, finding the truth of why we did all those things you just mentioned prior. I think we can find an explanation to things like why did she go ahead and eat that fruit? Why was she like that? Or why didn't Adam stop her or whatever? You know what I mean? Like little things in that kind of like storyline. But
Yeah, I mean, all of the modern world mirrors itself into the Bible, like from the Bible. Everything you see, it has already been prophesized in the Bible. End times are coming, anyways. So like, you can't really stop that, for example. And that's why I think it's more important to preach a good, actual positive Christian message than just going like crusading and whatnot. Like I mean, I get it, but we're
no,
not in these times,
yeah.
you know.
I don't think the red pill is saying to go fuck and crusade and whatnot. I think that's the other thing that I think gets lost. It's like there's kind of the same message, not exactly like God's message, and nothing will ever compare to God's message. But the red pill shows you like, okay, if there's something going wrong with your family, right? Like, sure, you have the alternative God pill where you can say, the man is the father of the household, and the family gets God through the man, right? But you can also have that alternative, which saying, this man, he's not a man. He doesn't have frame. He doesn't have status. He doesn't have looks. He doesn't have network. He doesn't have any of those things. So that's another reason of why your female and your children don't respect you. You know what I mean? Like, if you
Okay,
sit there,
okay.
what was that?
That's okay. I see that. I see that frame. And that's the whole. I think about this every day. So it's like, Jesus said one of the prophecies of end times were like, when women will start commanding men. So think about it. Like the whole reason why women have been put in a position where they're able to even just compete with men in the first place is because men have been put, like, they've been attacked, especially the white man, uh, for like the last 7 years, like through programming, Hollywood, and whatever, whatnot, like all that shit.
The
Like,
Matrix.
also just in general, like
Yeah.
society. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah. The Matrix is a very easy way to understand it, but just think about the word Matrix itself, right? Like, what is a Matrix? It's a mother. It's a cage. Well, it's a Matrix. It's a mother. What does the mother do? She holds you back from reaching your full potential. She's always like scared of, oh, I might lose my child. I
Damn.
might, so like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you feel me?
Wow.
You
No.
feel me?
Yeah.
So the Matrix
Holy
is the
shit. Yeah.
mother. So boom, that's where the term even comes from to begin with. You know.
I've never seen it like that. No, I 100% agree because I love my mother to death, right? She's awesome. I'm
Man, I
also
love my
like,
mother.
yeah, I think everyone loves their mother,
She
but you also understand like she is kind of like just dumb.
she does hold you back.
Yeah, they hold you back. They don't understand the male burden of performance of having to go out
You
there
know
and do
why? You
things.
know why? Because just like in Genesis, the nature of the woman is to be manipulative. So what it means is that no matter if she means good or bad for you, she'll always manipulate you, which is like ultimately not what we want, what we desire for, right? We only desire to like be loved and like yeah, I mean that's
Right, the
it. But
idealistic
what
mindset,
women
the perfect world.
yeah, but yeah, but what women will do very often is they'll like go ahead and like manipulate you, cause like even if it's that's the thing, they'll always manipulate you, right? They manipulate you into giving up your resources and like giving them what they want, but they'll also, like, if they really like you, they'll manipulate you into doing better for yourself, which is still not what we want because we don't want that, none of that shit, right? That's why we learn how to manipulate them in the first place.
Right. Yeah, I see that, but also right, because they are manipulative, but you can also think, man, like why can't the man adapt? You mentioned earlier the white man being oppressed, right? And I think there's a reason for that is because they're kind of letting go of their identity and they're not really seeing like, hey, you know, all this stuff going on with our women losing, like, I would say attraction for them in general is just because they don't have that like masculine like fear, God-giving fear that they used to give, right? They used to be like this conqueror or whatever. Now they're just seen as like a cuck, which is like it's like kind of funny, but I mean it's sad too because they're losing that sense of self and they're trying to blame others. You're like, oh, it's their fault, this fault, whatever. But I think the red pill can help someone like that in understanding like their true worth, their
I have
true
a hard
nature.
time. I have a hard time understanding how it's the wise man's fault if he's been attacked. Like, if he's the one who's been attacked. Like, it's not like the
Yeah, they are
white
being
man.
attacked, but they can adapt too. They can learn from that and be cognizant and say, hey, there's an attack going on us, so we
Yeah,
should
but
be better prepared.
We're literally outnumbered by every single other ethnicity if you think about it.
Are they really right now? The majority is not white. I thought it was white. The majority of
Well,
the
isn't the just for example the ratio of black people to white people? That's a silly example, but like let's just put that out there. Like, isn't that 11 to 1?
if they're no, I think black people are the minority of. Well, at least in the United States, of the population. I'm
Oh, in the world.
in the
In the
world.
world, I'm saying.
Um, I, I really don't know the demographics. I'm googling them right now, but I will say this. At least in the United States, right? They're they are losing they
Yeah, I
are
mean,
losing footing to
you
the
guys have
minority.
some fucked up history with slavery and shit. I heard about that.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but I also think they could rebound back if they were smart enough to say, hey, if we're being invaded, why can't we go out and invade, like in the sense of like chicks? Let's give you an example here, right? Let's use a thought experiment. If the white man is getting invaded here in the United States, for example. Right now, there's this whole thing going on with the southwest border with Mexico. Like a lot of immigrants are
Oh
coming
shit, I heard
from.
about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
Didn't the
yeah, South
didn't that
American.
fucking Freemason predict that shit?
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with any like Freemason predictions, but right now what's happening is there's like people from Haiti, Mexico, South America, like all these countries, they're coming into the United States and they're kind of being propagated by like the politics right now. But if you kind of see it in an alternate light, you could say that for empathy, right? Empathy wise, for the white man, they think, hey, maybe we're losing our jobs, we're losing our land, we're losing our women, we're losing this place we call home, which they stole, but I mean, whatever, it's their home anyway. So they, what they can say as well is like, instead of sitting there and crying about it, why don't they go to all these other countries that the men are leaving, right? Because in the dating apps, the statistics is the white man is the most attractive man in like
Yeah.
demographic wise, right? They're more attractive than any other ethnicity. It's just facts based off the dating statistics, like on Tinder and whatnot. Yeah, no, it's true. And I'm actually, I'm not, I'm quote unquote a white man, but I'm also from like a different ethnicity. I'm a different race. But the thing is like if
Bro,
you,
be a
if
stand on it.
no, I
Be
stand on it. I
proudly
stand on
white,
it.
bro.
But the thing is,
White pride, baby.
but I'm also an immigrant too. So I was born in the United States, but my family immigrated here. So I'm like, I gotta stand on that too. But
Where you come from, bro?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where'd you come from?
My family came from Mexico.
Nice. Y'all work hard.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we try, man. But what I was saying is, instead of sitting there and crying and saying, "Oh, we're being attacked," why can't you say, "Let's go ahead and make a counterattack"? Why don't instead of all these people from Haiti, from Colombia, this and that coming to us, why don't we go to them? If all the military age men are leaving there must be a reason. So there's a vacuum. There's a power vacuum. And as the white man, you said, "Oh, let's stand on it." Well, go ahead and stand on it then. Go to those countries where you know for a fact you will have more wealth and more attractiveness from a look standpoint. So you'll already have two. Well, actually, yeah, two looks and status, right, from the Trinity already maxed out. Just by being there, just by showing up, you'll already have two of the Trinity maxed out, right, in the respective area that you go to. Like, let's say you're living, you said, in Toronto right now.
No. I'm living in Switzerland.
In where?
In Switzerland.
Oh, in Switzerland. Yeah, my bad. So,
From
that's another
Toronto.
place that's being like quote unquote invaded, right, by immigrants.
Yo, how do you know?
Bro, man, that's what I hear, man.
Like, I'm like every day I'm outside here being like, yo, I don't want no more Albanians to enter this bitch, bro. I've had enough of these criminals, man.
Bro, I'm the same
Yeah.
way, man. Fuck it. But no, I'm kidding. Hey, man, the way I look at it is like, if I'm that scared, then I shouldn't even be here in this marketplace. I see it as a challenge. I'm more than happy to say, look, these people won't adapt. They're gonna come here and they're gonna think that they're on the old. They're gonna think like it's like the 1950s, where they're gonna be found with a beautiful virgin wife that's young and beautiful waiting for them. No, that's not the truth. And if anyone comes here thinking that, they're delusional. They know they need their Trinity. They deep down they know they have to accept the burden of performance, which I think, going back to the main topic at hand, the red pill makes people aware of that. It allows them to adapt to a new marketplace without just saying, okay, God is gonna find me my beautiful evangelist girl and she's gonna give me her number and boom boom boom. Like, no, it's like you have to adapt. You have to get your Trinity up, and then you can finally live that idealistic life point if you want to. The red pill says you shouldn't, but if you want to take the God pill, then by all means do what you have to do. But And then kind of finishing on at that point where I said about the white man, like, yeah, bro, you can just like go to any of these South American places. Obviously, you're gonna need some frame.
For bros, we up.
For real. Yo, for real. No, but I mean, like, what's holding them back? What is genuinely holding them back? Like, you're sure you're gonna defend your country, sure, as much as you can, but if your own country is fighting against you, right? If they're backstabbing you, think about it. You voted for the government here in the U.S.
But isn't that actually caring about your country? Like actually like still having hopes, you wanna stay
Okay,
there, you don't wanna.
okay, all right. Let's say I was your
Because
uncle,
Zerka, he could have went to Albania a long time ago, and he could have had like multiple virgin wives.
right? No, yeah, that's true. But
He's still
look at it
giving
like
y'all a
this.
chance.
Let's say I'm your uncle, right? Let's say me and you, I'm your uncle. I'm like a 40-year-old uncle, and me and you are the last remaining members of the family. There's no other family members else, right? And you need to protect your bloodline, otherwise it go extinct from existence. But you live with me, and I'm your uncle, and I drink, right? And I hit you, and I'm beating you up every weekend to the point you can't even work no more. You can't go to work. You can't provide for yourself. You can't get a future. Imagine the very thing that you're trying to protect, in this case, in this example, your own bloodline, it's hurting you and it's preventing you from moving on. Would you honestly sit there and take that disrespect and that
No, but that's not white
backstab?
people.
I say it is
The white
because
people.
the government is for like at least the United States is kind of acting like that drunk uncle that's beating up the white man that's defending his country.
Oh,
You
that
see what
was
I
a
mean?
metaphor.
Yeah, it's a metaphor. Yeah. So like, why would you stay somewhere that is not there to help you? They are trying to drive you out. And instead of saying, "Oh, we gotta defend this," that's thinking of a idealistic standpoint, like back in the day where you fought
Or
for your
maybe
freedom, you fought for what's right. But now everything is so diluted and blind, where you can just go anywhere and say, "Oh, it's my home." I mean, you really just need an iPhone and you can make anywhere your home. You just need an internet connection. Let's be real here. We can find any girl. We can fucking date them and smash them and have kids and shit. Like, are we that afraid of moving on and adapting to a new environment? And this is for like, I guess you can speak for the white man, I guess, because you brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's you do bring up some valid points, and yo, I mean, shit, still like, isn't it still deeper than that? Like at the end of the day, wouldn't they? If that's what they're pushing, that means that they want you to leave the country, so they probably want like cheaper labor or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think they do.
Um, also, like, say you go get like a third world country girl for you, like what you gonna live in the third world country, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but imagine I saved up. Imagine I saved up. Imagine I maxed out my Trinity in the United States, right? I made money. I got my six pack abs. I look good in the gym. I have status. I have network, right? Let's say my YouTube channel blows up, so I'm known worldwide, right? Why wouldn't I want to go to some random third world country where I live like a
yeah, why
king?
wouldn't you,
Like a
right? Like
king.
you would live like a pasha, but what I'm saying is like, you think nobody's gonna rob you? Like,
You have that's a fair point, but can't money solve all these problems? And if I'm already rich and I go to these third world countries where I can
I'm
get
just saying,
security
like,
for cheap,
I would just stick to where my family is. Like,
what
if
if I
my
bring my
family's
family
still,
with me,
well, yeah, then I guess it would work out.
right? So for you, for example, right, you're Albanian. What if you made it in Switzerland? Think about it. Let's say you became a famous I don't know what do you do? What do you do for your job?
Yeah, so I do architecture. I
Architecture?
draw, yeah, I draw structural objects and walls, and I really just specialize on tall buildings.
Nice. So you build the world. I remember we had a conversation about that. I remember now. In the
Yeah,
in the
you do the lines of the Tour Eiffel and shit.
Yeah, the transmission lines. Yeah. But so imagine you became the world-renowned architect, right, in Switzerland.
Mm.
Imagine you had the chance to say, look, I have all this money, I have all this status, this network, people know who I am, I have friend circles in all over the world, I have max looks, like I look good, I'm in the gym, I'm boxing, this and that, and you go back home to Albania. You said it yourself. Imagine Zerka went back right now and had all the 20, 40 virgins, whatever he wanted, right?
Yo.
You
I
can
mean,
just already
I got
see,
that
you can
feeling.
already see, because it's your home. It's like it's in you. You're rooted right now. It's not your quote unquote home because you live in Switzerland, but any
Mhm.
man has the capability of starting fresh and making it their home. And if you don't, if you sit there, no, I don't want, then you deserve to die alone and cry about it.
I mean, but you know what I was thinking the other day?
What?
So like at the end of the day, the whole system is fucked because of women. I mean, what is it? What is it that fucks the system up? Really, it's just school debt and the fact that these bitches can vote. So like, um, if you think about it, like control over women, like the Ed Wonsler once said, control over bitches is like control over women. Like control over women is control over a whole population. So why do you think all advertisements are targeted towards women in the first place? Why do you think the society is always trying to penetrate the psyche of our women? So well, it's clearly because they want to get to us, the men, through our women. Just like I told you before, women manipulate us all the time, no matter if
Exactly.
it's
Yep. In
good
the Bible. Yep.
or
Yep.
bad. And if you can put it in our mind that what you're manipulating him for is good, like if a woman uh is supposed to like convince her man that he's supposed to be a gentleman and whatnot, and that's what she thinks it right, like she'll know how to do it. She'll find a way to do it.
To that I say they deserve to be controlled. If you want to
And
sit there and if you know
yeah,
deep down, rooted in you, deep in your heart, you know something's wrong and you see there's a problem. You're not getting laid, you're fat, you don't have money. Why aren't you trying to find a solution to that? Why are you just saying
facts.
the world is fucked up and it's all woman's fault? No, you need to adapt. You need to say, hey, I know for a fact there's solutions out there. Look what the internet has done, right? It has turned the dating scene, or feminism has morphed into a sexual global marketplace. So any girl from any country can go ahead and get flown out by a rich man, and boom, that's it, right? So you can say like social media is fucked up, but what has it also done? It had made bros and connections that the Matrix itself never thought would happen. They could say, oh yeah, we're gonna make men think that women want gentlemen, like you said right now, right? Okay, but what if we know that's bullshit? Me and you are talking. Where are you living at right now? You're in Switzerland. Where am I living at? The United States. Look what the internet has done. It's brought us together as a man, as a community, as men, and we're sharing our ideas to find a solution to something we know is a problem. So there's so many solutions, right? There's the God pill, there's the red pill, which I believe is the truest ultimate form of the truth. But and you have black pill, which I think those are just quitters. People that are black pill are just quitters and crying about shit, little crybabies anyway. But you see how it's brought a collection of men, so we can go ahead and say, okay, this is the black pill. They're gonna cry and quit about everything. All right, maybe I can extrapolate some ideas from them and use them for my advantage. Or you can say, oh, there's red pill. I like their ideology. I'll go ahead and stick to them. Or I like the God pill. I truly believe there's something here. Maybe it doesn't work as effectively as the red pill, but I could use some ideas. So you see how it's giving us variety now, instead of just sitting there and crying like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I'm being attacked by the Matrix. I'm gonna sit here and cry about whatever the fuck is going on in society. So it's like it's helped us. Like this whole problem has also made like a fast forward adaptation in real time to men, for men. And if you don't want to accept that, well, then you're just gonna lose your bloodline. Your whole existence is for nothing because you didn't want to face the harshness of reality.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think we are like underpopulating the earth right now. I think we got enough space to have as many families as we wish to have. I also think like people are dying more than they are being born. I also think that You know, if I could ever like invent a pill, like I would just like do the straight up God pill. You know, like
The God pill.
that is a thing, right?
Yeah.
So honestly, like my way of looking at it is like there's only two things God expects you to do, right? Be a good Christian, you know, be a strong, steadfast Christian, and then do good for yourself. So honor God first by praying, praising Him, uh, seeking His presence, seeking to be closer to Him, and follow His path, and honoring the body that God created. You know, like honoring your body. You know, and honoring your body goes all the way from fitness to your career and your connections, your social connections, your charisma, mental health, intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Those are important things. Culture, you
Yeah,
feel me? So
I see where you're coming from, but I think we're missing a big point is that men we think honorable. We think look, even if we don't have a father figure cuz like you might have had a father figure. I didn't have a father in my life, but I still knew what's right from wrong. I still knew don't steal. It's bad. You're going to make someone that worked hard for their belongings feel bad. Don't be out of shape because you're just going to need to survive eventually. And there's a lot of things that a man will know naturally, but you're missing a big component, you said, the female, right? They're being brainwashed into thinking, oh, atheism this and feminism that. Be yourself, be strong, independent, whatever. And they're gonna miss of God, and they need the man. But if they don't believe or trust in men, how are we going to be sitting here with our honor? But they're gonna go ahead and be dishonoring us like that abusive uncle, like I said, the females. So what are we put on this earth to do? We're put on this earth to populate. You're saying, well, there's a underpopulation problem right now. Okay, sure. Is there? Yeah, there might be one, but how can we solve that problem, right? Are we just gonna sit here and say, oh, God will solve it all? And I'm not trying to say this as like a mock to God. I'm just saying we have to also be proactive and understand like God put us here for a reason, not just to give up and say, oh, God will do the work. No, He put us here so we can do the work for Him, right? So we can bring more
exactly,
humans, right? So I think
exactly.
I think if we go ahead and build that strong mindset of saying, hey, let's get our Trinity up, let's follow the red pill ideology with the subject that we have at hand, all at the same time still doing
Yeah,
our
that's what
dutiful.
God wants.
Yeah, while still respecting God, at all realms of possibility. I think that's like more than capable. Like we're more than capable of doing that. Why do we only have to choose one, right? I think we can choose multiple options here, um, while at the same time kind of like you know praising God for what He is, and then ultimately getting our population back up to like a steady outcome that we want, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, all these things, you know, everything in the modern world comes from the Bible, really, when you look at it. So I got I got a book of my prophet, Dag Heward Mills, right in front of me, and what a word is this? John's chapter 7, verse 46, because you know Jesus said it himself. Um, the the Bible is the word is the truth, and the truth will set you free. What he meant by that is that every like just read the Bible and you'll understand everything in this world. Like you'll understand everything in this world, and you know like what gets me to like believe all these people like Zerka and like all these people are feds is that they always mention something else or do some other degenerate shit that it's like they're always around whores or like these things, and I'm like, you
Who
know,
doesn't love a good
I
whore?
get it, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You got when you get money, like you wanna like even if I mean we both know you can have bitches even when you're broke, but like of course, when you have money, it opens up a wider horizon of possibilities of so of course, you know how people say money doesn't change you, it exposes you.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you see these people for what they truly are, and you're like, well, you're not really pushing the word, are you, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, I'll take Zerka as an example. You know, the reason why he always comes off as a fed to me is because, yeah, he does a good job at defending Christianity, but he mentions way too much satanic shit. Like he'll jump from Rosicrucianism to Freemasonry,
I
then
don't think he's
talk about
defending
Zion.
it though. I think he just knows about it and he wants to make us aware. You know what I mean? He's a really smart guy, bro. He knows a lot of things about that stuff. Like he just did a stream last
Yeah,
night.
no,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like he's either a fed or he's a crackhead. Like there's no in between.
No, I think he just drinks a lot of Red Bull, man. He's got something in him, man. He's a good guy. You can tell deep down he's not like that, man. Because you
Yeah,
can tell
no,
he's fighting against.
that's what Albanians are like, but Albanians are known to either be, either be criminals or just like work with the feds, bro. Like,
Fucking human
well,
traffickers and shit. Fucker. I'm kidding. Kidding.
no, I'm actually they're not even known to be working with the feds,
Yeah.
but it's like some shit like that is too good to be true, like, how could you know so much and it's just like and then it's just you being a crackhead and researching these things on math, like,
I've seen
yeah,
his
I
VODs, man. I think he's putting out like a false. I've seen his videos, like his past videos. He doesn't seem like he reads a lot. He says that he even exposed Sneeko because he was like, "Oh, Sneeko's listen to audiobooks like I used to do." So like, I think what he just did was just listen to a lot of audiobooks and kind of just fast forward to them, like the Michael Sartain method, and just like kind of got all this knowledge, and he just write footnotes on the important golden nuggets. I mean, if you read in between the words of like what he says, you could put the pieces together and say like, okay, this guy's just listening to audiobooks and probably doing some like cool research about like that satanic
but he
shit,
has
and just
extensive
kind of,
knowledge on these things.
yeah. But I think he's just like a library of things, and he's able to make it work for himself. And naturally, just a static guy. But I don't want to make this about Zerka, man. He's a cool dude. I like Zerka. You know, if you know, you know, you know. So, but then last thing about the
Jesus,
red pill that I want to talk about, because I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know it's late over there, but um,
don't worry, man.
if have you even read any like works about red pill? You're just familiar with the topic, right? But have you like read any research, like the Rational Male books or anything, or seen like Fresh and Fit podcasts or anything like that?
Yeah, so the app for Apple, the Books app.
Yeah.
I've got Why Women Deserve Less on there.
Oh yeah, I got that one too. It's a good book.
Yeah, but I haven't read it though.
What the
I
fuck?
don't, I don't, I don't actually read books.
No, that's why I started buying audiobooks. I have a fuck ton of books here that I haven't started reading. I've been reading a few of them, but so much fucking reading to do, man, that I just listen to audiobooks when I'm on the treadmill at the gym, just fucking going crazy on them. But I will say this thing about the red pill. I think it is definitely misinterpreted because, you know, you made a lot of good points today about it's the right thing to like follow God, and the Bible is the
You
truth,
know,
and the
it's
gospel.
like the red pill. It's like a father. It sounds corny, but it's right.
Exactly. Yeah. And and the thing is, it's not. It's like it kind of unveils the truth, and it moves that curtain. Like Zerka, right? His course. It shows us like. Like when we were kids, right? We always thought, how do I get women? Like that guy right there, my friend's a natural. He always gets women like nothing. Like it's easy. We got his course, and we're over here like, yo, now we know exactly how a natural brain works, like how you hot and cold method and this and that. I don't want to get too much into it. I don't want to get sued or anything, but you know what I mean. Like you took the notes and everything, right? So you know what's up. So I think the red pill, what it does, it shows us that natural like wisdom of life, and it gives us it in the word format, so we can read it and understand. Okay, this is reality. This is how things truly are, and instead of reading between the lines, like having to decipher things like from the Bible, we get things for what they are right now, and we are able to adapt. And I don't say that as a disrespect to the Bible. I have the Bible right here and I'm reading it too. But I'm just saying, like, for someone that unfortunately isn't, in that path right now of finding God, at least in the meantime, they can have some kind of solution to their life instead of just being bitter and black pill and say, "Oh, I'm gonna give up," right? Because you don't want, like, as much as
No,
want
no,
competition, you don't
like
want people to
nobody,
give up.
not everybody has the luxury of being saved. I mean, not everybody like you know which one is the unforgivable sin?
What is it?
It's the harden your soul to such a extent where you cannot accept the Holy Spirit anymore. So like when you're like denying the Holy Spirit almost like.
Really?
So that's the unforgivable sin, like tempering yourself to a point where you can't accept the when you can't take the Holy Spirit anymore, you
Damn,
know.
that's sad.
Yeah.
That sounds sad.
Yeah. But have you ever noticed like people who like straight up deny everything just because they've had like traumatic experiences in their lives, and they like deny everything about Christianity?
I don't think I've met them, but that sounds like just a fucking broken person, probably satanic.
Yeah, they're pretty well, it's mostly gay guys, but yeah,
Yo,
and
what the fuck?
yeah,
Yo.
yeah. I mean it comes from trauma really.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the
but
unholiest place of that God doesn't want you to be in, which is the male, especially when they're young. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Fuck it, man.
no,
Yeah, not everyone can
no,
be
but
saved,
really,
but huh?
what the red pill is just and it's only the restoration of what masculinity used to be like. So when you go learn data IQ and all that shit, like you're just restoring your masculinity because like 70 years ago, that's how men used to behave, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're
no,
just
absolutely.
restoring, man,
Yeah, I think
in a hope
yeah,
that we might see another day without end times coming like tomorrow. You know, feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
I
It's
mean, it's an absolute prophecy. Like you can't stop end times,
right.
which is what I call the God pill. But it doesn't mean like to me that's the biggest motivation to actually try to stop them. I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe like I'm working on reverse psychology or some shit. But to me, it motivates me to like wanna prolongate the time that we are on this earth and we get
Yeah.
to enjoy this earth. You know?
Yeah. I think that's a good positive outlook. At least you are not giving up and understanding, hey, there is some people that can't be saved, but I'm also not gonna go out around wasting my time and destroying other people's life. I think that's very positive, and I wish a lot more
Yeah,
like yeah,
bro, all light defies all darkness. So
right,
as long as you have the word and you preach only by the word, you really cannot do anything wrong. And that's why I don't personally like Azurka's methods, because he'll preach through like the Quran, or he'll preach through like these morals and dogma and all that shit.
yeah,
And I'm like, bro, just read the Bible. Like you can
yeah,
find the same things in the Bible. The Bible talks about like, it talks about ritualistic practices. It talks about obelisks. It talks about the Freemasons. It talks
yeah,
about everything. You know, it even talks about history in more depth than like actual history itself. So you have it all there. Like,
yeah. Yeah, no, I think the Bible's a good place to start. I'm sure. I think I've seen a tweet of him before say to start always with the Bible because the book list. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, but he does say start with the Bible before you start reading any of these like Carl Jung and any of the books that he recommended or referred. But yeah, I seen that on his Twitter, and I agree with you. The Bible's a good place to start, and I need to finish up on the Bible reading myself, but. Anyway, man, I think that's a good place to end it. We've been going on here for, I don't know, about an hour or so, and thank you for joining me, man. Do you want to say any last things? You want to plug your Instagram or whatever you got going on for yourself?
Hallelujah, Jesus is King. My church is Mustard Seed Chapel, and yeah.
All right, man. Cool thing.
Make
Thanks for
sure make
joining me,
sure
bro.
you love God over people.
Absolutely. All right, man. I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys for joining here. Let us know if you guys have any more topics or requests. I hope you guys enjoy.